Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the first episode of the new year of Rock Solid Summit Blue. I'm Corinne Muth, and
I'm Stephen Mason, and it's been a while, almost 2 or 3 months, I'd reckon, since we last recorded early December.
It's been a very long while. Oh my God, you're right. We recorded in December, and it's February. That's crazy. I forgot how long break was.
It's a long break and then a little rocky start to the new year with the weather that Knoxville's been blessed with, and also sicknesses flowing around.
Oh my gosh!
But we're here and we're back and we're ready
here
to.
And well and kind of well.
Yeah, more or less, but ready to lock in for this last stretch of, right toward wrapping up towards the postseason of winter sports like basketball, and then we have spring sports starting today. Yesterday we had softball kicking off their season down in Florida, so it's an exciting time of year. Also, a bit on a different note, but the Olympics kick off today too. So
that's right.
It's a good time to be a sports fan.
In Milan.
Milan,
yes. Nice. Stephen, how was your winter break?
It was busy.
Yeah.
I did get to do a little bit of work in regards to this. I went and covered the very poor showing that our Lady Vols basketball team had in the Big Apple. When they got absolutely dominated and then boat raced by the Louisville Cardinals. But it was a fun event to go cover. It was a doubleheader. We had the morning slot, and then the afternoon slot was Iowa versus UConn. UConn's obviously dominant. Fantastic
They've always
team.
been.
As we saw, Tennessee got to experience firsthand this past weekend. But it was a fun event to go to, and then I was catching up with friends up in New York.
Nice.
Got to experience the winter weather up there. Came back down here.
Oh gosh, that's so
more
cold.
Winter weather. But yeah, my brother got married too, so that
was
like the day before I flew back before classes started. He got married. So,
really?
Yeah, it was tight. I was a bit nervous with the winter weather too, but
oh my gosh. What's it called? Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was your brother or your sister that got married, and I was like, for some reason I thought it was your sister, and then I was like, wait, does he have a sister?
I have one, but 4 brothers. Okay. So when in doubt, brothers.
How was that?
It was fantastic.
That's good.
Good time. Good.
Was it snowing when they got married?
It was.
Oh my gosh.
It was. We had that full week. It was just snowstorms. So snow was piling down. Then thought I'd escape it and come down to a warmer climate. Just kidding. We've had 2 weekends of winter weather. So
yep. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Oh, when I flew back on like Sunday or something like that. Not the Sunday before class started. My flight got delayed like 2 hours in LA, and I was literally like sprinting to my flight in Dallas. And thankfully, they literally held the plane just for me.
That's nice.
And I got on board, and I was like, thank you guys for holding the flight. Like, I literally was freaking out. And then I got back here, and it was like 20 degrees when I landed. And it was
cold.
It was 80 when I left California.
Jealous.
Yeah, and then I got the flu.
How fun is that?
Horrible.
How fun is that?
Horrible. I never want the flu ever again. I told my mom and dad I hit like an all-time low. I went to the health center like when my fever was like 103. Gosh. I went to the health center, and I have this horrible cough. So I will be coughing. I apologize. But I couldn't walk. Like I was so weak. Like I could not walk to the health center. And so I rode an electric scooter.
Oh my god!
I was like in my
That's crazy.
In my literal pajamas, like sweatpants, Uggs, like 4 jackets, just like bombing on this electric scooter down to the health center. And the poor doctor in the health center was like, "You and half the school have flu A," and I was like, "Why me?"
I think I had my round with that when I was up in New York. It was especially fun because I was also trying out or teaching high school for the first time. I was subbing at my high school, and that first week was pure. I mean, I wasn't that sick, but sick enough to make it a miserable experience of trying to hold it together.
That's horrible.
But, I mean, good news, we're getting 60s here next week.
Yes.
61 on Monday, 66 on Tuesday, which is just in time for the outdoor sports. I mean, spring sports are gearing up. Baseball starts.
Softball.
Softball started up, but they're playing down in warmer climates right now. They're in Florida for these next 2 weeks, and they're in Alabama the following week. So I think it's a while till they have their first home game. Yeah. It's time for spring to come.
It's time for spring.
It's February, y'all.
During our little cold spell here, I literally looked up, what are the warm temperatures in Knoxville for March and April or whatever? And it was like low 60s. And I was like, thank God. Because I look like the abominable snowman walking around school with like 8 jackets on.
It's crazy. Yep. I mean, the weather's not the only thing that's been cold these last few weeks. Ladyville basketball too went through a little cold spell.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit.
Shocking loss to Mississippi State 2 weeks ago or last week, and then got absolutely
crushed by UConn.
The UConn game was interesting because they got blown out in the first quarter. They tied it up in the second quarter. Enter the half, you're feeling decent.
Yeah.
And then the third quarter,
come back.
They got absolutely demolished. And UConn is the number one team in the country for a reason.
UConn's
they absolutely smoked them.
Yeah, UConn's always been up there, and they were national champs last year.
They were, yes.
Yeah. So that kind of speaks for themselves that they would be really good, but they beat us like 30, by 30, which is a
not
lot.
Good.
Not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a bit of an up and down season for this Lady Vol team. I mean, non-conference play, they looked okay. They lost to the only 2 ranked opponents they played. So and the rest
NC State and
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA. That's right.
And so 3 actually, because also Louisville too. They lost to
them that's
non-conference.
Right. Yeah.
But then they get off to a red hot start in SEC play. They win their first 6 games. Granted, not the toughest competition.
Which
really?
Arguably is good for them because they kind of had a little bit of a break before they, kind of had to really amp up the intensity.
Exactly. The schedule's getting, we'll talk about it, but
yeah,
they are playing, they play at South Carolina this upcoming weekend. And then they play Georgia, who was just yesterday, who's just outside. Missouri should be a fairly easy game for them.
Yeah.
Then you're playing against number 4 Texas, number 13 Ole Miss at Ole Miss, a game that was scheduled a few weeks ago, but because of the ice storms, it was postponed.
Yeah, they got postponed.
You host Texas A&M at number 11 Oklahoma, at number 5 LSU, and then you wrap up the season with number 7 Vanderbilt coming to town. So I think that definitely the easiest part of the Lady Vols schedule is behind them. It's going to be a tough sledding going forward. And I do not really know what to think about this team at this point. They are very hit or miss. I don't
either. Yeah, it's quite black and white. I don't. It's very confusing. Not confusing, but I can't expect consistency.
And I don't think the coaches can expect consistency.
Yeah.
Probably the most telling press conference as of late was after the shocking Mississippi State loss when Mississippi State came into Thompson-Boling Arena and beat Tennessee on January 29th, 77-62, but it was never really close that first half.
No.
It was painful to watch.
Yeah.
I turned off my television after that.
Yeah.
And then after that, in Kim Caldwell's presser, she was talking about, the team was late for warm-ups.
Yeah.
She knew going into the game that the team wasn't all there.
Because she also had talked about some of their practice stuff, the day before or something. She was like, yeah, our practice just wasn't that great and stuff. So she seemed a little, not flustered, but she seemed a little stressed and not necessarily all there kind of with the team.
Yeah, she's a young coach, right?
Yeah.
So we got to give her a little bit of leeway with that, but I think it's a bit concerning with the amount of issues that locker room has had this season.
Yeah.
Talk about Ruby Whitehorn,
that kind of blew up in their faces.
Blew up in their face, that's a rough outing, and then just they've had these weird games where the team just has not shown up.
Yeah.
And you need to be consistent, especially going down the stretch. There's not much room for give or take going down the stretch. Then you get the postseason play, and there's zero room for give and take.
Yeah. This isn't really Tennessee related, but I saw. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it on Instagram. ESPN posted it or something. But what's her name? The freshman at Iowa State, the center. Someone was talking to her about did you feel like you didn't play this well? And she was like, well, you don't want to play your best basketball in January. You want to be good in March.
Right.
But so that kind of makes sense.
It's true. It's just to see a steady progression. You start 4 and you're and it looks they were started fairly. They weren't terrible in conference play, but they weren't great.
Right.
It looked like they were
kind of working their way up.
And then they took a huge fall off, starting with the Mississippi State loss.
Yeah.
The UConn game. The second quarter of the UConn game, they did look the best they have looked all year long. But then just to come out of the half and absolutely lay a goose egg, like you cannot do that.
Yeah, no. And like, you know, you say you don't want to play your best basketball in, you know, January or whatever, but
it's February.
February, but Mississippi State, like,
you got to.
You like that. It's not like a gimme, but it's, you know, it's like you guys got that. Like you got
I mean,
that.
That you should know going to any SEC game that you don't have any room because all these teams are pretty. I mean, even the not so great teams, are talented. So there's not much room for give and take.
Yeah.
But like it is February, we are less than a month away from the last, or about a month away from the last game of the regular season, and then you're going to postseason play. Yeah. So you've got to get it on the tracks pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the
schedule's not forgiving at all.
Oh God, no, it is not.
Especially with the Ole Miss game, like that just packs another ranked
at
game.
Ole Miss.
At Ole Miss.
Yeah,
and it was supposed to be a week ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that just, I mean, packed this back half of their schedule even more.
Yeah, and Ole Miss, because of Ole Miss got hit so hard with the ice storm, they canceled classes until like this Sunday. Like I don't even think, because my friend goes there, but I don't even think they're in class. Like I think they canceled it. That's why it got postponed. Yeah. But they got hit really hard. Wait, where am I? Oh, Ole Miss. I see it. I was like, wait, what am I looking at? Yeah,
it's on
Texas.
17th.
They played Texas.
Texas is gonna be a tough game.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah.
Texas looks. LSU also look, and I mean, it starts this weekend. You're playing at South Carolina. That is one of the worst. That's probably one of the toughest environments in women's basketball.
Yeah, because they were they made it to the
they're always good
finals in the tournament last year.
Dawn Staley, like she's one of the great, probably not the great. I mean, you got Jean, who's probably the best coach in women's basketball right now, but you know, Dawn Staley, probably right behind him.
Yeah, the Texas coach and the South Carolina coach, they're both pretty good.
Solid.
I like watching them.
LSU coaches a lot of Kim Mulkey, is a big character.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about her. Yeah.
But this could be. I mean, we're currently ranked 19th in the latest AP poll, so we slid a little bit. We're kind of been on a slide these last few weeks.
Yeah.
So
no pun intended. Ice storm.
So it's gonna be very interesting to see if they can right the ship, but it's gonna be a tough.
It's gonna be a fight. They're gonna have to change something, you know, whether Kim Caldwell changes her locker room demeanor, or they, you know, have tougher practices or something, or they make
mentality.
Yeah. They're gonna have to lock in, so to speak.
I mean, we could just briefly recap the Georgia game. I mean, it was a tight. I mean, we knew it would be a tough battle going into it. Georgia's just outside the AP poll. They're a really good team, and it was a close game all the way through. Towards the end, it did look like Tennessee was pulling away. They had a relatively comfortable lead in the last minute or so. There's a costly foul with like 5 seconds left on the clock when Georgia was putting up a half-court shot and they fouled.
Yeah, and the girl just like,
and had three straight free throws, and you push it to overtime, which is not something you want to play around with. Tennessee was able to, you know, pull off the W in overtime, but still, it was by no means a clean win.
That's not a. You just don't do that. Because what are the chances you make a half-court shot and then you take free?
You can't be fouling on shots.
Yeah, no.
But it's just little mistakes like that, and I also think like larger effort things too. And in the system that Kim Caldwell runs, like spreading the ball around, you know, rotating in a lot of players, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to spread the ball around. That's the only way that system works. And, you know, there has been times this year when they're just taking way too many tough shots, trying to be that player, and it does not.
Trying
it
to
rarely works.
Be the the hero or the saver. You know, like, well, I'm gonna help us, whatever.
You're never gonna be able to have that role in the system that Kim Caldwell plays. Because everyone's getting pretty even amount of playing time, right? 10 players really just getting rotated in and out. So you got to be a team player and also willing to put in the work, because it is a very physically demanding style of basketball to play. You're just running, straight while you're on court.
Yeah, and from their offense, they run everything really fast. They don't really have a lot of room to breathe unless they like settle around the outside, but they just kind of go, and it's not that they seem like scattered and like messy. It's just really fast. And it kind of is like, oh, like I'm going here, okay. I don't know.
Maintaining that intensity,
yeah. But yeah, so hopefully we see them, our basketball team, on the uprise within the next couple of weeks.
I don't know what we can expect from them on this Sunday, though, because that's going to be a very tough win.
Yeah, for sure.
But, the Missouri coming to town next Thursday is going to be a huge opportunity. Kelly Harper will be returning back to Rocky Top for the first time since she, was coaching this team just 2 seasons ago before she was fired, and then obviously replaced by Kim Cattle. So that'll be an interesting scene that night. Missouri's kind of struggled in Kelly Harper's first season there. So we'll see what they can do. But then it's just ranked opponent after ranked opponent after that.
What's it called? Yeah, South Carolina's ranked number 3.
Yep.
That will be a very hard game.
At South Carolina.
South Carolina.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Texas isn't ranked.
They're number 4.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I must be looking at the wrong one then.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We know if our website posts rankings or because I think only Missouri and Texas A&M are the only 2 opponents that they have left that aren't ranked.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Texas, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, LSU, and Vanderbilt all ranked in the top 20.
Not surprising.
So it's gonna be a tough
That'll
top
be,
15.
That'll be a barn burner for sure.
Tough end of the season. See how they go. I think they're currently sitting number 2 at the SEC. Yep, number 2 behind South Carolina. South Carolina's 9-1 in conference play. Tennessee obviously is missing a game, but they're supposed to play against Ole Miss. They're 7-1.
Yep.
And then Vanderbilt's 8-2. So
they're
still. If they can turn this boat around, they're definitely into play. Would have to start with a win probably against South Carolina this weekend, but they're definitely in the win to win the SEC regular season title.
I will be interested to see how Vanderbilt does because they were undefeated up until last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was them and UConn and someone else they were the only undefeated teams, and I was they're going on a little bit of a run, but I'll be interested to see how they do in the tournament and if they can kind of show up with their.
I don't want to puff up a little brother in Nashville too much. But what the athletic department has done, across the board, women's basketball, men's basketball, both very competitive teams this year. Obviously, with the football pulled off, and baseball, they're obviously always competitive. So what that department has done is very impressive.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they did, but it's working.
Whatever they're doing is working very well.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very interesting rivalry game to end off the season on March 1st.
Yeah, that's the
grand finale,
last game before tournament play.
Right. Before the SEC tournament and
the
NCAA tournament. So that'll be interesting. This could be a tough ending of the season for these Lady Vols, but
LSU, Vanderbilt.
It's all going to start this Sunday though. If they want to stay in that title hunt, it's going to have to start this Sunday. Yeah,
for sure. Well, I think we segue a little bit to our Lady Vols softball team, who was ranked number 3, number 4.
Number 4 in the country.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 4.
In the preseason
poll.
Poll. Which is pretty good because they went to.
They were in. They went to.
They were in Omaha.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were last year.
It's Oklahoma. That's baseball.
Oh.
It's Oklahoma City.
Oh. Okay.
But they after a really strong start to the season, they take down BYU, who's a good. I wasn't sure how good BYU did. A little bit. Of research. They received 2 votes in the preseason poll, so they're not great, but they're not terrible.
Yeah, no.
And they run ruled them 10-0 in 5 innings. Caroline Pickens didn't even make the start for Tennessee, their superstar senior pitcher. Erin Newer took them out for them.
About that.
And she managed to pitch a no-hitter. So that's a good thing to know. You got that.
You have that versatility in your pitchers, which is good.
I mean, softball's interesting. You can't really compare pitching in softball to baseball because quite often a pitcher can go through the entire game, and quite often they play multiple games per series.
Yeah,
it's not nearly as exhausting as baseball pitching. Maybe is a good way to say it.
Yeah.
So you don't need that deep a pitching room, but to know you have 1 or 2. You have one superstar. Now you have a solid person right behind.
Yeah, because if
it's very comforting to know.
Caroline Pickens gets hurt, or we know that Erin Newer can come in and throw a no-hitter. Obviously,
it's very solid. It was also great offensive showing too, right?
You
had Elsa Morrison hitting 2 home runs. Sophia Knight, she hit one out of the park. Ella Dodge, who's coming back and had a really good season last year. She hit a homer last night.
Oh, yeah.
And Mackenzie but also hit a home run. So, yeah, that's 4 players knocking out of the park for Tennessee. So the offense looks like it's good, is hot right now. And defense looks so, I mean, the defense didn't have to do that much, evidently, if you're having, that solid a pitching lineup. And they're right back into action today too. They're playing number 1 Liberty at 4 p.m. Obviously, this will probably be after this episode is published.
Yeah.
And they'll play another game, so doubleheader today too against Rutgers at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then tomorrow, I believe they also have another
doubleheader. Boston College and Oregon.
That's gonna be a great.
Yeah.
Oregon's number 5, so that's gonna be a great matchup.
Oregon's are always pretty good. That'll be exciting to watch. Yeah, doubleheader on Saturday. Ooh, Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Well, obviously, this is their first game of the year, so there's expectations for the season. Obviously, they want to get back to Oklahoma City. I mean, I think the sky's the limit for this team.
They can totally go.
The win this year. I think.
I thought they could last year. I'm definitely sure they can this year.
Caroline Pickens is like a whole year older, more experienced,
stronger.
I think the offense should be a better this year, so there should be a fun team to watch going into the season
for sure. Yeah. And then after the 2 doubleheaders, they have a little bit of a break for a week. And then that next Friday, they play Nebraska.
Right. They're also right. Number 9 in Nebraska, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, so.
They'll be playing number 9 in Nebraska and JMU next weekend in Clearwater, I think.
Oh, that's the Clearwater tournament?
I think so. And then after that, so they are kind of lined up 3 tournaments in a row.
Yeah, they got a lot.
One next, yeah. Well, I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to be playing softball this time of year in Knoxville either. So
yeah, seriously.
The baseball team's going to be trying it out next week. We'll see how that goes. I mean, hopefully the weather's a bit better, but it's not like 50s isn't really baseball weather. But
no,
it's fun.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Oof, I don't. I'm chilly.
It'll be good to have baseball. One of the most underrated college sports, I feel like, baseball and softball.
Yes, I do like watching. I'm not normally a baseball, softball kind of person, but I do like watching.
I like the college. I don't.
Yeah.
Can't stand the MLB, but the college version. Of
baseball,
I don't. I find so much more.
I watched. Literally, the only time I pay attention to the MLB is when the World Series is, and that's only because the Dodgers have been in the World Series the past 2 years. So that's like the only reason I paid attention to the MLB. But last year I really liked watching our baseball and our softball team. They were exciting to watch, just because I don't know, they just look good. It's fun to watch them.
Fun environments always. Both places the baseball facility obviously got a massive facelift this offseason.
Yeah.
Softball's getting the teams pretty much function out of temporary facilities this year because they're having their locker rooms, office spaces, all those things completely redone over at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. So that was always a fun environment too last weekend. Last year, sorry. So
baseball. I'm blanking. Tony Vitello went to the San Francisco Giants. That's what the so-called facelift we're talking about. And then they appointed Josh Elander as the head coach. So.
And also more physical changes. They built the whole second level of suites and stuff over it. So
that's right.
What's happened to that facility over the last few years is remarkable. They've at least doubled it in size.
Yeah.
And
for
looks
sure.
like softball's kind of following that same pathway too. So
I don't blame them. They're good.
I mean, there's a lot of control, and I think also now that we're in women's sports, I think they announced the soccer facilities are gonna have a bit of. I mean, they're a new sound system and new screens. I think over there.
Interesting.
So, improvements happening all over the place.
I wonder if they'll put another screen up there or make one bigger.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I definitely remember the sound system was like what fans are really complaining about. So it's last season, which So
I didn't think it was that bad, but I can't hear very well, so you shouldn't take that advice from me.
There's always an action going on around this place, but
yeah, seriously. And then so after the Clearwater tournament, they play in the UAB tournament in Alabama. They play Missouri State, UAB, and Mercer and Southern Illinois.
A little bit of an easier slate from these first 2 tournaments. That'll be a nice time to make some adjustments before you get into coming back to Rocky Top and
Yeah. And hopefully it's a little warmer in Alabama than it is here.
I mean, so after that, we have the Tennessee Invitational. Then, so that's the fourth tournament in a row. That's happening right here with App State, Penn State, 2 against Penn State. So that's a good weekend of ball. A lot of doubleheaders. Friday, Saturday, then Sunday's a one-off to end the weekend, and then they get kind of back into their
swing of things with
where
LSU.
Belmont, LSU,
Mississippi State.
There's some pretty good. I mean, Ole Miss is coming over to
Florida.
They'll be coming here. That should be a great series.
Alabama
should also be a very entertaining series.
I'm interested to see Florida. Are they normally pretty good? I thought they
Florida's normally solid.
Yeah.
Interesting. You don't see Texas and you don't see Oklahoma on the schedule.
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
Weird.
Which
Not
are
weird.
probably. I mean, they're the 2 biggest powerhouses.
Yeah, true. In the SEC.
Which you kind of knew coming in when Oklahoma's been good at softball. So I mean, that's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
And Texas has always been very competitive too. They knocked out Tennessee out of the World Series last year. So
yeah, they did. That was a crazy.
That was
game.
one of the expectations.
That game.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of obviously when Texas and Oklahoma came to the SEC from the Big 12, like the biggest talking point was football because that is king of the SEC. But what I was most interested by is first volleyball because at least Texas has been dominant.
Yeah, they
surprisingly haven't been as dominant since joining SEC play. Like Kentucky's still been king, interestingly enough.
Yeah,
and then or queen, should we say? And then softball, obviously, like Texas and Oklahoma are 1-2. They have it every single season.
Yeah, they're always good. And then they have their rivalry, their Texas.
How those teams kind of fit into the whole SEC picture will be interesting.
Yeah. For some reason, when I looked at I didn't really see the Tennessee Invitational, and I saw App State, Penn State, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a chilly tournament for them, but it says Tennessee Invitational, so
hopefully we have better weather.
They do not have to go up to the north. That would not be fun.
It could be fairly cold, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm hoping for some warmer weather. Because it was 80 degrees when I left California.
Oh, my goodness.
It's literally
Jealous.
insane. I know, right? Well, it's funny because, hang on. It's funny because we had like our little cold spell, right? And there was like 7 inches of snow on the ground. And my roommate's also from California. And I was like, Avery, I've never seen this much snow in my life. And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, like what I'm from Southern California. This is the most snow I've ever seen in my entire yes. And I was like kicking it around and stuff, and then everybody back home was like, oh my god, I'm at the beach and like it's 84 degrees and I'm like, oh cool. No, so I'll cry myself to sleep now. Thanks.
I'll block your number for that rest of the week.
Literally. And oh my gosh, I was on the phone with someone. I'm getting sidetracked, but I was on the phone with someone and they were like, ooh, like, I'm getting a little warm. Like, I'm going to take my jacket off. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put another one on. Like,
it's frigid.
Good for you. Yeah.
But, I mean, like we said, this next week, hopefully we'll have a little bit of warmer weather. And like always, we'll just give you a little rundown on the little recap on the action that we can expect from Lady Vol Sports in this upcoming week. So just skip right to Saturday. This is a doubleheader against Boston College at 1 o'clock. And then against number 5 Oregon at 7 p.m. So that should be fantastic games. Sunday, we have Lady Vol basketball playing at number 3 South Carolina at 3 p.m. And that game will be broadcast nationally on TV on ABC, so check that out. And then Thursday, Lady Vol basketball will be back at home against the Missouri Tigers. That game will be at 6:30 Center in the Food City Center. And that game will also mark Kelly Harper's return to Rocky Top. And then that week we'll round up on Friday. Softball will play number 9 Nebraska and JMU. And that's kind of the highlights for your Lady Vol Sports this upcoming week.
Yep. Should be a good. We're hoping to see some, improvement from our basketball team.
Yep.
Lady Vol basketball team. So hopefully next week we have an interesting episode.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for this week for this episode number 6 of Rock Solid Summit Blue Sports. Apologies again for the long gap in between episodes, but we're glad we're back with you and you're back with us.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.